Good morning, students. In today's class, I will explain about another basic operation related to a one-dimensional array called sorting algorithms. In our last class, we studied another basic operation called searching. Searching is also one commonly used operation which is related to any linear data structure like array, stack, linked list, etc. So, in the case of one dimensional array, we can search whether a particular element is present in the array or not using two different techniques. One is sequential search, other one is binary search. In case of sequential search, the search element is compared with each and every element of the array in some particular sequence. For example, first time search element S is compared with A0, then if they are not equal, then search element is compared with A1, then with A2, finally with A of n minus 1. So here what happens is, if the element is present somewhere in the middle mean, then we determine in which position the element is found in that array. The element is not present in case of unsuccessful search, in that we compare all the element of the array with the search element. So which takes more searching, more comparison operation. So it takes more number of steps for determining whether the search element is found or not. To improve the performance of a sequential search, one more technique is available that is called a binary search. In the case of binary search, one condition is that the element must be in sorted order. Once the elements are in ascending order, then what you do, instead of comparing the search element starting from A0, we straight away compare the search element with the middle element. If the search element is less than the middle element, then only the first half of the array is searched. If the search element is more than the array middle element then in that case we search only the second half of the array to determine whether the search element is found or not. So when compared to sequential search, binary search is more efficient. The reason is the complexity of a linear search technique is order of n, whereas the complexity of a binary search technique is order of log n base 2. So order of n is always takes more comparison than log of order of log n. So we also studied how the program for both sequential search and binary search can be implemented using C language. In today's class, we'll discuss about the different sorting techniques available for sorting an array. And as an example, we consider one basic sorting technique called bubble sort. In your last unit, we are going to study different sorting techniques available, such as selection sort, insertion sort, quick sort, merge sort, etc. But in today's class, I will explain only the basic sorting technique and how the basic sorting technique, that is bubble sort technique, can be implemented using C program. At the end of today's class, you will be in a position to understand what do you mean by sorting, what is the purpose of sorting, and what are all the different techniques available for sorting a one-dimensional array, and how a one-dimensional array can be sorted using basic bubble sort technique. In the literature, we can see several methods available for sorting a one-dimensional array. Some of the sorting methods available for sorting a one-dimensional array are bubble sort, selection sort, insertion sort, heap sort, quick sort, merge sort, shell sort, radix sort, bucket sort. Still many are there, but in our last unit, we are going to study some of the sorting techniques for sorting a array. But in today's class, we restrict ourselves to only the basic method called bubble sort. A bubble sort is a very simple technique. What it will do is, suppose you have an array of some 10 elements. In the first pass, A1 and A2 are compared. That means first element and the second element are compared. If the second element is less than the first element, then first and second elements are interchanged. Then second element is compared with third element. Then third element is compared with fourth element. Fourth element is compared with fifth element. Fifth element is compared with sixth element. In general, if there are 10 numbers are there, in the first pass, A1 is compared with A2, then A2 is compared with A3, A3 is compared with A4. Finally, A9 is compared with A10. So when you finish the first path, the highest element will go to the last place. Then again in the second path, you start our procedure from the beginning. Again here what happens is, already the highest element, 10th element will be the proper place. In the second path, you compare A1 with A2, A2 with A3, A3 with A4, A4 with A5, A5 with A6, A6 with A7, A7 with A8, and only A8 is compared with A9. When you finish the second path, the second highest element will go to the 9th place. Then again start from the beginning. A1 with A2, then A2 with A3, A3 with A4, A4 with A5, A5 with A6, A6 with A7, and A7 is A8. That's all. When you finish this one, the third highest element will take the 8th place. Then again from the beginning, A1 with A2, A2 with A3, A3 with A4, A4 with A5, A5 with A6, A6 with A7. Then the next highest element will go to the 7th place. So like that. Then the next part, A1 with A2, A2 with A3, A3 with A4, A4 with A5, A5 with A6. That's all. So in that case, next element will go to the 6th place. Then the next step, A1 with A2, A2 with A3, A3 with A4, A4 with A5. Then what happens? The next element will go to the 5th place. Then A1 with A2, A2 with A3, A3 with A4. Then the next element will go to the 4th place. Then in the next path, A1 with A2 and A2 with A3. In the next path, only A1 with compared with A2. That means in each path, one highest element will go to the last place. In the first step, the highest element in the entire array go to the last place. In the second step, the next highest element will come before its position, and so on. When you finish all the passes, your entire array will be in the sorted sequence. So the complexity of a bubble sort technique is order of n square. In general, if 10 numbers are given, then probably it may take 100 comparisons. If there are 100 numbers are given, means it may take maximum of 10,000 comparison. So general idea of a bubble sort is, if there are 10 numbers, then altogether 9 steps are involved. In the first step, 10th element will go. In the second step, 9th element will occupy the proper place. In the next step, next highest element will take the proper place, and so on. In general, if there are n numbers are there with you, means altogether number of passes involved is n minus 1. That means to sort 5 number, altogether we have 4 passes. To sort 10 number, we have 9 passes. Let us consider with an algorithm how a bubble sort techniques work. Bubble A comma n. This algorithm sorts what? This algorithm sorts an array A containing n element. Let us see. For loop I varies from 1 to n minus 1, because if there are n number, the number of passes involved are n minus 1. Suppose if your array has 5 numbers, then the number of passes involved is 1 to n minus 1. N is 5. 5 minus 1, how much? 1 to 4. That means first time I value will be 1, next time it is 2, next time it is 3, and last time it is 4. And the second pass, in the first pass, if there are 5 number, how many comparisons are there? A1 should be compared with A2, first comparison. A2 should be compared with A3, second comparison. A3 should be compared with A4, third comparison. A1 should be compared with A2, A2 with A3, A3 with A4, and A4 with A5. So in general, how many comparison? Only 4 comparison. In the first step, 4 comparison for 5 numbers. In the second step, only 3 comparison. In the third step, 2 comparison. In the last step, only 1 comparison. So in each pass, the number of comparison keep on decreasing. Let us take with an example. Assume that n value is 5. In that case, I first time how much? I different values are, first time it is 1, then 2, then 3, and then 4. So first time the value of I will be 1. In that case, j varies from what value to value? 1 to n minus I. I is how much? I is 1. N minus 1, how much? 1 to 4. So first time first value of j is 1. So in that case, aj is compared with j plus 1, means j is 1. So a1 is compared with a2. Then if necessary, swapping is done. Then next value of j will be 2. So in that case, a2 is compared with a3. Next j becomes 3. a3 is compared with a4. And finally, j value becomes 4. a4 is compared with a5. So when you finish this step, your highest element will go to the 5th place. So one pass is over now. Now, what's the next value for I? I becomes 2. I becomes 2. In that case, the different values j take is 1 to n minus 1. N is 5 only. I is now it is 2. N minus I, how much? 5 minus 2, it becomes 3. So the different value j take are 1, 2, 3. So in that case, a1 is compared with a2. next value of j will be 2. So a2 is compared with a3 and third value of j will be 3. a3 is compared with a4. So when you finish this step, the second highest element will go to the fourth place. Go to the next value for I. The next value of I is 3. In that case, j loop varies from 1 to n minus I. I is 3 only. So n minus I, 5 minus 3, 2. In that case, the different value j take are 1 and 2. And a1 is compared with a2. Next time, a2 is compared with a3. Finally, I becomes how much? I becomes 4. In that case, j value will be 1 to n minus I. N is 5. 5 minus 4. 5 minus 4 is 1. So in that case, j takes only one value. So in that case, a1 is compared with a2. So this is the simple algorithm for bubble sort. Let us consider with an example. So here your array has the element 99, 76, 46, 40, 20. It's not in ascending order. So we have to pass. How it will do? Start with an example. I varies from 1 to n minus 1. N minus, so n is 5, 5 minus 1. How much? 4. So the 4 values I take are 1, 2, 3, 4. When I is 1, j takes the value 1 to n minus I. N minus I is how much? I is 1, n minus 1 is 4. So 1 to 4. So first assume that when I equal to 1, j takes 1, 2, 3, 4. When I equals to 2, j takes the value 1, 2, 3. When I equal to 3, j takes the value 1, 2. When I equal to 4, j takes the value only 1. So in that case, let us see from the first part. I is 1, j different values are 1 to 4. 1 to 4. In that case, 1 to 4 means a1 is compared with a2. So since 76 is less than 96, they are exchanged. Then 99 is compared with 46, again exchange. Then 99 is compared with 40, exchange. Then finally 99 is compared with 20, it is exchange. So when you finish the first part, 99 goes to the last place. Now what happens is we need to sort only the elements 76, 46, 40, 20. So this is at the end of first part, 99 will be in the proper place. But the next value for I value will be 2 now. In that case, j different values are 1 to n minus 2. N minus 2 means how much? 3. So j of 3 values are 1, 2, 3. Next, past 2. In that case, what happens is a1 is compared with a2. 76 and 46 are compared. They are exchanged. J becomes 2. 76 and 40 are compared. Then exchange. Then 76 and 20 are compared. Then exchange. 76 goes to the fourth place. Next value for I is 3. Next value of I is 3. In that case, j varies from 1 to 5 minus 3. How much? 1 to 2. So j takes 2 values, 1 and 2. Next. In that case, 70, which one? Compare. Then already 76 has taken the proper place. Next. Then 46 and 40 are compared. They are exchanged. Then 40 and 20 are compared. Sorry, first time 46 and 40 are compared. Then they are exchanged. 46 compared with 20. Again exchange. Then 46 takes the proper place. In the last part, 40 and 20 are compared. They are exchanged. So when you finish the all the passes, your array will be in sorted order. Altogether, how many elements are there? 5 elements are there. In that case, number of passes will be how much? 3. Only 4 passes are there. So the outer loop, I loop indicate the number of passes. 1 to n minus 1. If there are 10 numbers are given me, then you should have 9 passes. In the first pass, number of exchanges takes place will be how much? N minus I. When I equal to 1, 9. In that case, in the first pass, 9 comparisons are involved. In the second pass, when I equals to 2, 8 comparison. In the third pass, 7 comparison. In the fourth pass, 6 comparison. So as the pass number increases, number of comparison keep on decreasing because already some part of the array is sorted. Okay, students, in today's class, I have explained what do you mean by a sorting, and I have explained with an example one sorting algorithm called bubble sort, and also listed out the different sorting methods available in the literature for sorting an array. So based on today's class, some simple questions that could appear in an examination is what is sorting? Name any 2 sorting technique. What is the time complexity of a simple sorting technique? That you should remember that sorting technique complexity is order of n square. So when compared to searching, sorting generally takes more time because that is the reason why sorting is considered as a computationally expensive operation when compared to searching. Searching has the complexity order of n, linear complexity. whereas sorting has a complexity order of n square means for 5 numbers only 25 comparison, then for 10 number 100 comparison, and so on. Wrong answers question could be mention the different sorting techniques, write an algorithm to sort a one-dimensional array, write a C program to sort a linear array. Let us revise what we have studied through some simple multiple choice question to test our level of understanding. Identify the sorting method. Quicksort is a sorting method. Shell sort is a sorting method. Bubble sort is a sorting method. All of them are sorting method only. The correct answer is D. Searching is computationally efficient than sorting operation. Definitely true, because all the searching, both linear search and binary search, the complexity is much lesser than the sorting technique. So the correct answer is A, true. Which of the following operation is computationally expensive? A computationally expensive means that takes more time. Searching, insertion, sorting, merging. So which is a computationally expensive operation? Sorting. Basic sorting algorithm has a time complexity order of n, that is order of n is for searching, order of log n no, order of n log n false, and order of n square. That's the correct answer. The correct answer is D. Number of passes involved to sort 25 numbers in bubble sort. I told earlier, if there are n number, the number of passes is n minus 1. If there are 25 number, then the number of passes is only 24. So, okay, hope you have understood the basic sorting algorithm. In the sorting algorithm, you should remember two things. One is finally it gives the number in either ascending order or descending order. And in the bubble sort, what happens is there are two loops, I loop and J loop. I loop denotes the number of passes, and J loop denotes in each pass how many comparisons are there. In the first pass, 9 comparisons will be there, because A1, A2, A2 with A3, A3 with A4, and A9 with A10. So 9 comparison. When it comes to the passes number 2, then the number of comparison is reduced to 8, because already the last element will be in sorted places only. In the next step, the number of comparison will be 7. The next step, it becomes 6. Next step, it becomes 5. Finally, 4, then 2, then only one comparison is involved. So as the pass number increases, the number of comparison decreases. That's the reason we are using two different for loop. One I loop and the second one is J loop. I loop denotes the pass numbers, and J loop denotes number of comparison involved in each pass. That's the reason you can observe here. You can observe here, when I equal to 1, in the first step, if there are 10 number, I told it is number of comparison will be 9. You can observe here. In that case, when I equal to 1, J varies from 1 to n minus 1. N is 10, 10 minus 1 is 9. So 9 comparison. When I becomes 2, the number of comparison involved is n minus I. N is how much? 10 minus I is 2. 10 minus 2, 8. So in the first pass, 9 comparison. The second pass, 8 comparison. In the third pass, that is when I becomes 3, the number of comparison involved is n minus 3. How many comparisons? 7 comparisons. So each time, the number of comparison keep on decreasing as the pass number increases. In the last pass, and number of pass, if there are 10 number of passes will be 9. When all the passes are over, your number will be in ascending order. With this, I will conclude today's class. So far, we have studied almost all the basic operation related to array. Like first one is insertion, then we have studied deletion, then we have studied traversal, then we have studied searching in sequential search method, then searching in binary search method. And in today's class, we learned about sorting technique. Okay, thank you. Hope you have enjoyed today's class. Have a good day. Thank you.